Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Before I get into today's video, I just want to address how there's not been any videos on my channel for the past roughly a week. Effectively, I have been ill with a stomach problem, but everything should be back to normal now. Videos should be daily, and I'm just sorry that I haven't been able to get videos out for you guys. So I haven't really been able to do anything at all with YouTube. I've been bedridden. Yeah, so that's effectively the reason why. So again, I'm really sorry about that, but videos should be back to normal now. So today's video will be on Hybrid to Glory. The last episode went pretty well. We've won all our matches so far, and at the end we randomed our next 3 leagues ready for this episode, and they were the Norwegian League, the South African League, and the Bundesliga. So we were saved that we got Bundesliga right at the end, because it would have been a really tough team to build and a tough team to actually play with if we had to have another weak league with the other two. If you wanted a recap of the rules, you can either check out one of the previous episodes of this series, or you can just check out the description if you want a text description, as I always put the rules in this of whatever episode of whatever series. I always put it in the description. So check either of those out if you want to recap the rules. Effectively all it is I'll be playing through divisions from Division 10, trying to win Division 1, but each episode I'll have a new hybrid team that is based on just randoming in the kickoff menu 3 different leagues. Whichever 3 leagues come up, I got to build a team based on those leagues. So I'm making it difficult for myself because for the first so far we've only done one. So far there's been 2 episodes. First episode was more like going through all the rules, making sure everyone is clear of what the series will be, and then the second episode we played our matches with our first team and then randomed the ones for this episode. So episode 2 I had to use a team with, I think it was the Irish division, the Belgian Pro League, and there was one other that I'm forgetting already. Oh, it was the Spanish second division. So 3 pretty tough leagues to build with, leagues that people don't use. So yeah, it's just, I wanted it to be like a fun series where I get to use players that no one ever sees used, just mix it up quite a bit. So on to the team for this episode. We had the South African League, the Norwegian League, and the Bundesliga to build. So I went for the 4-2-3-1-2 formation to begin with, because at the time of playing these matches, this is the formation that I primarily use on FIFA 18. It's not too bad for building hybrids, because as you'll see now, starting with the South African League, you can build like a little block in places if you have strong links. So I went through the South African League players, and there was one player who stood out for me wanting to use, and that was Shabalala. So I think he's pretty much the best player in this league, as well as the fact that at the 2010 World Cup he was like the standout player when the World Cup was in South Africa. So I did want to use him, bring back some fond memories. So Shabalala will go on to the left, and now I thought if I could build a little South African block on the left, so they'll all get full chemistry then, and I just have to worry about the rest of the side of the team, the other 2 leagues. So coming in at CDM is Katsande. Not too bad for a silver. I was expecting some really rubbish players from some of these leagues. So to have someone who's pretty well balanced, he'll be a holding midfielder with nearly 70 pace, 70 dribbling, over 70 defending and physical. That's not too bad. So he comes in there, and then at left back we have another strong link into Masiella, or Masalela I should say. Not too bad for a silver left back again, but obviously I'd rather use much better players. So you need, for this series I decided that you need at least 3 players from each of the leagues, just to make it fair, as it's not really a hybrid if you just had like 1 or 2 players from a certain league and got links via nationalities. So I wanted to make it clear that you need minimum of 3 players per league. So they're the South African players. I won't be adding any more. They're done. They're all on full chemistry there. So next I looked at the Norwegian league, because I wasn't sure. I thought they'd have a few decent players, but again, I didn't know any standout players they would have. But the one standout player I could think of was a player who had a squad builder card on the last FIFA that was actually really decent. He's good for like a super sub, because no one was building Norwegian league teams. But yeah, this guy, I think it's Mike Jensen. Yeah, he's got some really decent stats, as you can see. Probably would have been ideal for a centre midfield spot rather than the cam, but I needed a good solid player in there. I didn't really want a full defence of Norwegian league players, so as I was saying about the blocks, I could have done these three players, the two centre backs and the goalkeeper, as Norwegian league, and then had the rest of the team built with Bundesliga players. But I wanted at least a half decent defence. After looking at the Norwegian defenders, I wasn't fancying that. So Jensen comes in there, and then going through the Norwegian league, admittedly I haven't picked the best player to go at striker, but I thought, why the hell not? We got Nicholas Bentner up front, so everyone knows Nicholas Bentner. Stats wise, not the greatest for FIFA, but I thought, why not use him? This series is only a bit of fun, really, isn't it? So, and he gets a perfect link into Jensen as well. So yeah, we're going to use Bentner. So that might make it difficult for ourselves with Bentner up front, but yeah, why not? So Bentner would be on full chemistry, and Jensen would need 2 more links to him to get him onto full chemistry. And we need one more Norwegian league player, so it makes sense to put him at right midfield. And we have Helland at right mid. So he plays for Rosenborg as well, so he gets the strong link to both Jensen and Bentner to put all these players on full chemistry. He doesn't have the best stats, but there were many better options, so he has to come in. So that leaves us 5 positions where we can just have Bundesliga players. Again, I could have made it easier going forward, having Bundesliga players at this end of the pitch, but I thought best to have a decent defence, and then just so I feel like a silver goalkeepers and defenders would not have been a good idea. So starting at CDM, we have a link into the into Jensen. So I know I didn't pick the absolute best players from the Bundesliga, like Aubameyang I could have had, or Robben, those sort of players, but I am working on a strict budget as well, so it's not the fact that I can't just use any player on the game, but I'm hoping to build my coins up enough that that will be an option further down the line. So coming in at centre midfielder, we have Delaney, who's got some really nice card. It's over 70 on everything, and he also gets link into Jensen, so we don't need to worry about 2 strong links to him here. He just needs 3 more links, so he doesn't need 2 strong links, so we don't have to have 2 Danish players from the Bundesliga or from Werder Bremen in these positions. So coming in at right back, we actually use a player that is being used on my Upgrade to Glory series at right back in the Bundesliga team. We have Gebre Selassie, because he gets the strong link into Delaney, and he's been very solid for me on that series, so I thought, why not? Now we just need any old Bundesliga player to come in here. So we're going to go with Jonathan Tah. Goes in there, very solid card. And next to him is going to be Stark, who has been present in a couple of my squad builder videos, as for the price and those stats, you just cannot go wrong. So using him though means we do need a strong link into him, so we will be using the goalkeeper. We could have used any German Bundesliga goalkeeper or the Hertha Berlin goalkeeper. I decided to go for Hertha Berlin for Jarstein, because he's got very solid stats, and not only that, he's got the 85 and 87 stats, which like really stand out big stats. So yeah, this is going to be the team I'm using for this episode. Yeah, it could be better, couldn't it? But I'm only in Division 9 at the moment, so I'm hoping I don't get up against the greatest players. Yeah, so hopefully this will be we can still do enough with this team. So yeah, I'm going to be using this team and playing 3 matches on online seasons for this episode, and then I'll be randoming the next 3 leagues at the end of the episode, so make sure you stick around for that. Right then guys, so on to the matches now. We're in Division 9 and this is our first opponent. Actually quite a decent team we're coming up against. Usually come up against a lot worse in these divisions, particularly with the team I'm using. So yeah, we disappointingly went 1-0 down in this one, but thankfully we came back quite strongly. Delaney got the equaliser shortly after conceding to put us at 1-1. Then into the second half, nice link-up play from Bentner and Jensen. Bentner finishes it off for 2-1, gets his first goal of the episode, and that is the win. It was a deserved win, pretty dominant in this one. So yeah, then we come up against this team in Division 9 with the team I'm using. I don't think that's fair, if I'm honest. This was tricky, this match. I lost the highlights for the first half, unfortunately, but as you can see, it was 1-1 at half time, and I was on top, surprisingly. So yeah, this one left it late, 85th minute, but some nice link-up play, and it was the main man, Nicholas Bentner, getting the winner again. This guy was really annoying, as he had this super team and he was time wasting when he had the ball, or he was just being annoying. He was fouling and he was shushing me when he scored, so I thought I'd give him a taste of his own medicine, so that was what that celebration was about. Can't believe I beat that team though, really chuffed with that. Then we come up against this final team, another really decent team to be playing against with the team I'm using, but thankfully this one wasn't as bad. Jensen opened the scoring, but yeah, we did actually concede quite a messy goal. The centre-back first of all losing possession somehow, and then the keeper not even moving when the shot came in, which, yeah, beyond frustrating, but thankfully it didn't take long to get back ahead. Nicholas Bentner again, the main man. Into the second half, who else but Bentner? Lovely little dink goal from Bentner, putting us 3-1 up, and there was still time for more. Jensen, he was just sliding in at this point. He was frustrated because he was getting battered by me with a weak team. Yeah, 3-1 up, 1 a penalty. Gonna give it to Bentner, obviously, and Bentner's gonna score a little dinky penalty. So he has been absolutely amazing for me in this episode, I gotta say. So we win this one 4-1, as you can see by the stats. Absolutely dominated as well. So then guys, they were the 3 matches for this episode. I tried to show a bit less this episode, highlights wise, as these episodes lately have been a bit longer than I would like. So what I will be doing for future as well, I'll be trying to shorten down the videos because they are a bit too long at the moment. But this one, it was a bit longer because I wanted to explain at the start about the lack of videos on my channel recently and such things like that, so the video should be a bit shorter, particularly for this series in future. Yeah, so they were the 3 matches. We're on a 100% winning streak at the moment. I will show you the tables and stuff from in future episodes. I just didn't think it was worth it at these in these early episodes, so I will include them in future episodes. But now it is time to random our next 3 leagues for next episode. So whichever 3 leagues this lands on are the leagues that I'll be using to build a hybrid for the next episode. The only rules here is I can't use leagues that have been used in the last 3 episodes. So any league currently used so far cannot be used again. So if I land on that league, I will just random again and ignore that one. So starting off, we have the Mexican League. So we haven't used the Mexican League yet. So that will be our first league used in this hybrid for next week. Sorry, not next week's episode, next episode. Second, we have the Colombian League. Okay, so this isn't too bad. You probably got some decent links from those 2 leagues, some nationalities that'll be in both of those, so could be worse. And then finally we have the Turkish League. So we haven't used any of these leagues yet. This is a pretty nice looking hybrid, I gotta say. because all these leagues will have at least a few decent players in. There's some nice links between the Mexican League and the Colombian League. I'm pretty sure there are anyway. And the Turkish League has some really decent players in, so I'm pretty happy with that. We don't have any of the main big leagues, but we should be able to build a decent team with those 3 leagues. As always, if you guys would like to try and build a team with these 3 leagues, go ahead, leave a comment with the team you built, and if it's good enough, I'll give you guys a shout out in the next video. So that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully there'll be another video on my channel tomorrow. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. It means an absolute massive amount to me if you could do any of those. So thanks so much for watching this video, guys, and I hope you'll be back tomorrow for my next video.